I remember the first time I realized my cold outreach was broken. I'd sent two perfectly crafted emails to a dream client, personalized subject lines, researched pain points, even a compliment. Silence. I almost deleted the lead. Then I sent a third message, not to pitch, but to share something I noticed about their business. They replied within an hour. That's when I learned the rule. The third message isn't the one that gets you blocked. It's the one that gets you trusted. You've been there. You send a cold email, get ignored. You send a follow-up, still nothing. Then you hesitate. You think, I don't want to be annoying, so you stop. But here's what's actually happening. You're not being annoying. You're failing to build familiarity. The psychological principle at play is the mere exposure effect. Researchers found that people develop a preference for things simply because they see them more often. But in B2B outreach, there's a twist. It's not the number of emails that matters. It's the frame of the third message. The first two emails are often about you, your solution, your offer. The third message needs to shift entirely. It should be about them, an observation, a question, a piece of insight. This triggers reciprocity. When you give value without asking, people feel a subconscious urge to respond. And here's the data. Yesware analyzed millions of sales emails and found that the third email in a sequence gets a 33% higher reply rate than the first. Backlinko's research shows that personalized, company-specific emails get a 144% higher response rate. The combination of persistence and personalization is the switch. But most people think the third email should be a just checking in or a last-ditch pitch. That's wrong. Those frames signal desperation. Instead, frame it as a discovery. I noticed your team recently expanded into the European market. Or, I saw your post about supply chain challenges. Here's a case study that might help. No pitch, no ask. This positions you as a resource, not a salesperson. And it works because you're signaling that you're paying attention, not just blasting templates. At Xentro, we tested this with a client who was hitting a 2% reply rate on cold emails. We redesigned the third message in their sequence to include a custom insight based on the prospect's latest LinkedIn activity. Reply rate jumped to 11%. The same number of leads, the same industry, but one frame change. Another client simply started every third email with, I have a question about your specific project, and saw response rates triple. The lesson. The third message is not a follow-up. It's a reintroduction. Your turn. This week, pick a lead who ghosted you after 2 emails. Send a third message that starts with, I noticed something specific about their company or role, and ask a genuine question. No pitch. Watch your reply rate. You'll be surprised. That's the follow-up frame that turns silence into a conversation. I'm Hadis, and this is how we acquire clients.